Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fresh Talk with Fresh Baked. I am your host, David Erickson. I'm here with Sarah Snyder. We are Fresh Baked, and this is our podcast. Let's get on with the show. Hey, Sarah, do me a favor. Will you go back in time with me to a land far, far away and to a galaxy a long time ago? Are you ready?
I want to go. Let's go.
Okay, put your time traveling hats on, and we're gonna go all the way back to 2 days ago, or 3 days. Wait, 3 days ago? How long ago was it?
I don't know. My days blur. I've been working 8 days a week. I don't know what today is.
Look at this face. There are not 8 days in a week, Sarah. There are 7.
That's my point, Derrickson. Also, that was a Big Sean lyric. So, sorry.
It was what?
It was a lyric from a song. Anyways, I think it was 3 days ago. 4 days.
It was Saturday. We went to D23 Fresh Baked for almost the express reason to find out what's happening at Disneyland, right? And to see people in cosplay. That was like most of it.
I mean, and then I learned that Girl Meets World was going to be there, and that got bumped up a bit. But yeah, pretty much that was all why we went.
Did you meet the girl and her world?
I didn't, but I saw them like 10 feet away from me, and I got to see Ben Savage, who is Corey Matthews, and I grew up with him, so it was pretty epic. Not gonna.
Did he kick any dogs while he was up there? Because I heard that Ben Savage likes to kick dogs and swear at old ladies.
He kicked a gopher, not a dog. But whatever.
So did you get your photo taken with them?
I took a selfie with them behind me. Does that count?
It does. In today's world, that does count. Absolutely. It's 100% legit. Absolutely.
Then I totally have a picture with the whole...
Doesn't it seem like there's no more autographs anymore? It's just selfies, right? People have substituted selfies for autographs?
Well, I agree with that, but in my reality, I would much prefer your autograph, like if that's all I could get. Because...
Really? If you had to choose, you'd rather have an autograph?
Yeah, because like, what if that one picture turned out terrible and you just like, you don't even want to show it to anybody, and then like, you don't have that lingering piece of like, okay, as the whole Fresh Baked, community that's followed us for quite some time knows, Johnny Depp is my love, and when we met him, I freaked out, and his autograph is on my wall, and that's an epic thing to have on your wall, in my opinion. Like a legit from his hands. Like you didn't just buy it off of eBay. You don't think that's cool?
Yeah, I guess. I don't get the autographs. I really don't. I just don't get it. I'd rather have a selfie.
You don't have a Disney autograph book?
No. I haven't gotten an autograph since I was 11 years old. I
still have my autograph book, and I still put autographs in it when I meet people. If I bring
Really?
it with me. Yeah. Maybe.
Hey, did I tell you I signed an autograph 2 weeks ago?
No, you did not.
Yeah, I did. I've signed 2 autographs, actually.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I put my name is in the same book as Mickey Mouse.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Hey, remember we were on the Lily Bell and we got to put that Fresh Baked Disney was here?
Yeah. That was fun. And on the Mark Twain. Yeah. Okay, so...
And at 5
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And what?
Oh, Five Guys, yes. I feel like we went somewhere else this weekend and did that, didn't we? Oh no, that was just the wall of princesses.
Yeah, we put our name up on the wall.
You know where we are? Okay, Fresh Baked. Before we get into the meat of the conversation, because we're gonna talk about Star Wars Land in a second, all right? Just hold your blue milk for just 1 second. Mike and I went to the park on Sunday.
I know.
And we stopped at Market House, and I don't know if you know, but Market House has that chest in the little where you can sit down in the library area.
Right.
One of those chests that's in the bookcase can be opened.
Right.
And inside, people put little notes. Have you seen this? Well, yes, we put Fresh Baked and the date, and then what I want, our Fresh Baked Muffins to do is to go in there when you go to Disneyland, Fresh Baked, and you go to the Market House, find the receipt. Don't take it, because that would be or foul play. Write your name and the date, and tell me who you love more, me or Sarah, and then I want to take a vote.
Great. Starting a war. All right. Let's
Dude, there's no starting. There's no starting. You would win this every single time. I was telling a story the other day, like somebody said, there are people who don't know, who think that there's just Instagram, like a fresh baked Instagram. I follow your Instagram all the time. Like, I know this because sometimes when we get spotted in the park, it's, oh my God, Sarah, which I get, but they don't even like, who's this guy? You can take a picture with Sarah just a minute, sir. I'm talking to Sarah, from Fresh Baked Instagram. I'm like, that's how I know that there are definitely people out there who are just Instagrammers.
That's why I as consistently as I possibly can, I remind Instagram that we have videos, and I, point them towards the links in our profile, because
we got a few videos up on the site now. We got a few videos up there.
Yeah, and then I try to post pictures of you if I ever get any, and then I'll be like, "This is David."
But don't you know, Sarah? Secretly, that's why we brought Mike on, so that Pop Mike, so he can get pictures of me in there.
Right, because that's where I get them from.
Okay, so go to the Market House Fresh Baked. Oh, I'm sorry.
Review on Storybook with Arendelle in the background.
Oh yeah, that was a good picture actually.
Yeah, I got one good picture of you. I can do it.
She's not telling you the whole story though, Fresh Baked, because she was taking a picture of Arendelle, and I happened to get my fat head in it. Is really what happened.
That's totally what happened. And so all of the ones before and after that photo are blurry.
It's just Arendelle.
Yeah, but Arendelle looks great. But then that particular one, you came out clear and you look great in it. So I was like, oh, hey, look at how ironic it works. That's all right.
Yeah, so go to the market. Matter of fact, we're having a meetup this weekend. Let's just remind everybody, because I'm going to hopefully get this out by tomorrow. We're having a meetup at the Hungry Bear at 1:00 for lunch. Before you go there, sometime that Saturday, go down to the Market House and write your name on. See if you can find that receipt that we put in there, and let's see how many muffin names we can get in that little treasure chest of fresh baked Disney memories. The slip that we got that I put on the video, it said first date August 9th, best date ever. I thought that was super cute.
Oh, that is cute. Well, then good. I think that I'll go check it on my way out, because I'll probably leave later than you on Saturday. So
okay,
I'll check it on my way out.
All right, so let's talk about the new refurb that's going on at Winnie the Pooh first. They're gonna put in more honey.
I was just gonna say, what are you talking about?
What everybody wants to talk about, the extra honey scenes at the Winnie the Pooh ride.
Expo, and not hear the part about Winnie the Pooh. Actually,
should we talk about Star Wars Land?
I mean, if you want.
Oh, well,
I don't know.
Okay. We can talk about Star Wars Land, I guess, if you want to.
People might like it.
Okay.
That's going to be interesting.
I took some notes. Did you take any notes? They had said, or on our last podcast, I had speculated, because I don't want to lump you in, just in case you didn't think they're going to rip out Toontown, that Toontown was indeed going. But that was per the Mice Chat article, right? Mice Chat had blocked off that whole area, saying it was gone.
Well,
before we get going.
Remember that I told you that I believed it except the fireworks? That was why I was like,
I don't think that's why they spared Toontown. It wasn't for the fireworks.
No, I know. I'm just saying that I wasn't fully on board, but that's why.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll lead off with that, because I don't want to waste any time dancing around that topic. Toontown's going to stick around, and that's according to Disney has officially spoken on that. So
yes,
yeah, and it's now, having said that, I do want to go on record as saying I changed my point of view on Saturday when Mike and I were there, and I said, you know what, I think Toontown's going to stay, and here's why. And you'll see that hopefully in concert with this podcast, the videos from Mike and I's visit to the park on Saturday, because that's basically all we did on Sunday was have coffee, eat a whole bunch of muffins, and talk about where the land is going to be in the park.
What a bromantic day.
Dude, it was a total bromance. Well, a couple of Star Wars nerds like he and I mean, that was we did, there's literally 3 or 4 episodes of just him and I talking about Star Wars land.
I absolutely love it.
We didn't do anything. Well, we rode the train, but while we're on the train, we're talking about, this is where this is going to be.
Star Wars. Yeah, and I thought I was nerdy with my like one architect fact. Okay.
Right. So, first thing they said, they come right out and say it at the conference. That's the they led off with that, which I was grateful for that because I did not want to dance around, Shanghai, and I think Shanghai looks awesome, of course. But
I don't want to go to Shanghai so bad.
well, maybe we can, if we got time, we'll talk about Shanghai at the end of this podcast. But
when you told me like a few podcasts ago that was where you wanted to go, actually, I don't think we touched on that topic. We touched on it before we recorded.
You said, where at Disneyland do I want to go that I haven't been?
Okay,
or where in Disney,
But you did,
and that's what I said.
And in my head at the time, I was like, Shanghai? Why did you that of all? I didn't get it, Derrickson. I freaking get it now.
Yeah, they had a booth at D23 Fresh Bake, which hopefully you've seen by now in the videos. But man, that place is just spectacular. It is just
so dope.
All spectacular. But like I said, we'll get to that. So we didn't have to wait for them to talk about anything else like at Disney World or Shanghai or anything else. They let off. Okay, what's his name comes out on stage. I forgot. I don't even know what our new parks president's name is all of a sudden. He comes out and says, "You're getting a new Star Wars land." And everyone's like, "Yay, thank you. We already knew." Yeah, way to go. Iger spilled it in the 1:00 presentation at the movie one, whatever, the Marvel Star Wars panel that they did. So just short story, there's the 1:00 conference, or I don't know what time the conference was, but whatever that conference was, as soon as it emptied, all the people coming out of Hall E went directly into the line for the 3:00 for the next conference. That's the line that we were trying to get in. Boy, did we just luck out on that, by the way. We got you guys in that queue just in time. But yeah, so everybody that was just in that previous conference where Iger says we're getting Star Wars land all just merged into the parks conference. And so there's all kinds of buzz in the queue. We're getting Star Wars land, or Star Wars land, we're getting Star Wars land. And everybody's freaking out. So I don't think it was a big mystery that we're going to get it. The real question is, what is it and where is it? That's what the hardcore Disney geeks want to know. Where are you putting it? We know we're going to get it because they've been teasing us for how long? Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe we'll do a little Star Wars something. Who knows? We might get a little something. Mm-hmm. With Innoventions and the Captain EO Theater and the Starcade and all that stuff. But it's coming. Okay. What they let off with, and this is what triggered my thoughts on where it could be, was that they made a point of saying it was going to be 14 acres. And that's about the size of Space Mountain. About the size of Tomorrowland. I think, Cars Land we said was 12 acres. Okay. Really? Yeah, Cars Land is 12 acres. And that's not a very big land, actually. Cars Land isn't. I don't think. Compared to others. It's
not the biggest, but I still think it's pretty large.
Not at all. When you think about it, like if you take Toontown, which is probably 5 or 6 acres, maybe, and then you add in the other properties that they were talking about, including all that backstage stuff, the Circle K Ranch, the Big Thunder Jamboree, and all that stuff, that's more than 14 acres. So I'm thinking that it can include Toontown because then that piece is too big. That's more like 16 or 17, maybe 18 acres. Who knows? So that's what got my mind running Sunday morning. I'm like, I don't think and they had said, Iger did say, we're not going to lose any major attractions, any major lands or anything like that. So then I started seeing, like, people had put up some images of what they thought the possible areas could be. And it does sound like that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be Big Thunder Ranch, Big Thunder Jamboree, and the Circle K backstage areas, where all the corrals are and the kennels and stuff like that.
Are you saddened about losing any part of that?
No, not in the very least. Not at all. Oh, well, I take that back. I have one bit of sadness, and that's the goats. I'm gonna miss the goats.
That's what I'm wondering. They're not gonna get rid of them, are they? Yes,
they're gonna totally kill all the goats, Sarah.
Right. Just gonna slaughter all the goats?
Yeah, and I'm gonna go watch. You wanna go see it?
Instead of the walking of the goats.
You want yeah. Instead of a parade of goats, it's going to be leading them to slaughter.
This just got Creepy Kingdom really quick.
I know, right? No, I'm gonna miss the goats. I thought they're awesome, but
wait, no, seriously, you really think that just means that bye to all livestock?
no, they're gonna keep the horses and stuff off site. They're gonna bring the horses in via like a horse truck or something like that each morning. I know, right? Look at her face.
The horses on Main Street, you mean?
Yeah, the Clydesdales, well, any animals really, except for the cats. The cats get to stay, I guess. But they get whatever they kept back in the Circle K Ranch, and that's mostly horses. But I'm sure they have there's a cow and there's some donkeys. Whatever well, I guess they have no use for donkeys anymore, right? What about the cow?
I don't know, dude. I'm tripping. Like, they're really. What are they gonna do with it? I'll take a Disneyland goat. I will gladly take one of those Disneyland goats off their hands for them. Gladly.
They'll probably go over there and hang out with Billy Hill at Knott's Berry Farm.
I request Leota. I want Leota.
Oh, the goat. Leota the goat.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, we'll see if maybe they'll have a raffle.
Hey, wait.
They'll have a raffle.
That means that's the end of the Long Lost Friends?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But why? Why can't they just have them eat somewhere else? I love.
Well, they could, I guess, but I suppose and they'll probably have a Halloween carnival somewhere else, but I don't know where yet. But yeah, dude, come on, you're getting Star Wars Land. Hush it.
I know. I have to be have to say the side that some people are thinking out there, right?
Yeah, I guess so. So Big Thunder Ranch, the barbecue, the goats, the jamboree, backstage on the other side of the tracks are all gonna go the way of Yesterland. Now, that brings up. Well, no, we'll get to that later. So, Star Wars Land, yes. What did we see? We saw some concept art.
A lot of really freaking cool stuff, man.
I like how it's funny because to me, like every piece of concept art is truth. It's a little bit of truth in every piece of concept art.
Oh yeah.
You have to say it wouldn't be in that art if they weren't giving it to us.
Oh yeah.
So we know we're gonna get a Millennium Falcon.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna get to meet Chewie.
Yeah.
He said we're gonna have blue milk.
Yes.
What else was there? Hold on, I have it written down. Oh, well, that's the temporary thing. Well, okay, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. But the main piece of concept art that we saw, it looks like there's a Millennium Falcon, and I think it's going to be another simulator. And it's going to be kind of like one of those false fronts where you walk into the simulator, into the Millennium Falcon, and then there's a show building behind it, and it's a Millennium Falcon battle simulator, I'm sure, or something like that. But it definitely looked like there was people that were about to walk up in that thing, right?
Yep.
They said that it was going to be 2 attractions, a major e-ticket attraction.
Yep.
One of them, I think they said it was going to be kind of like, it's going to be the same tech that they're using at Luigi's, I think, actually. And for Ratatouille, it sounded like, anyway, if I'm not mistaken, it was trackless technology, they said. So I don't know what that means, what that could possibly be. But I think I do believe, did he say 2 or 3? I don't remember now, and I didn't write it down for some reason.
I thought it was 2.
Yeah, I think it is 2.
Yeah, I thought it was 2.
Okay. You know what? I'm just going to go through my notes because that's really the only way I know how to do this. Oh, I did see concept art for a cantina.
That's what I was waiting for you to, yeah.
Yes. And in that cantina, hopefully they will be serving blue milk.
That looked so cool.
Now it did, though. I do believe that cantina was part of the seasonal thing. What do they call it? Star Wars.
All I know is that I remember playing the pod racers on my Nintendo, and that was a good game. And I always wanted to go in there when we had to go in there and talk to the people and stuff. And that's what that concept art reminded me of. Like it instantly brought me back. game, and then it just got me all excited again. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna go in there now after years of watching the video game and wishing I could go in. I'm gonna go in. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. It sounds pretty good. I mean, of course they're gonna do that, though, right? I mean, what else are you gonna? You can't not build a cantina, and with the guys in the band and the face and the girl with the
well, that's how
things.
I feel about meeting Chewie. You can't not meet Chewbacca. Like, are you?
Well, you could. I mean,
no.
Okay, here's what they said.
No, you can't. No.
Meet. He said, "This is." I'm quoting Chapek. Is that his name? Bob Chapek. Meet old characters and new. He said. And by the way, we saw Darth Vader also. We're going to meet Darth Vader, and I think that's part of that concept art was the one that they did for the season of the Force, which is a temporary overlay at Tomorrowland, and that's going to be at Innoventions. And we're going to get. I'm going to. Okay, so no, we didn't get a lot of detail on Star Wars Land in terms of what they're putting in, other than the concept art that we saw. We have to infer what we can. Millennium Falcon and meeting Chewie and a cantina, I think. Actually, You know what? I've got concept art right here. It's the one. Boy, that looks beautiful. They've got Chewie and Chewie. They've got R2D2 and C-3PO walking around. So that means they're going to be there, right?
Yep, that's what I take from it.
And a girl with cinnamon roll hair. I can't tell if it's Leia, but she's got the cinnamon buns. So that looks good.
Yep.
It's really it's big. It's tall, right? I'm trying to figure out if they're really going to do that. And if those are areas, it's like a mountain. It's like a big mountain in the background there. And I'm wondering, are we going to be able to go in there? I don't know.
I think that it's going to be massive. Like how Cars Land is massive. There's so much to look up at.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be for sure. Just massive.
All right. So now the next thing is, and this was something that it makes sense for Tomorrowland as we know it. So we can't wait 5 years.
No.
For Star Wars, right? And they're not gonna.
No.
I can't wait. I don't want to wait 5 years, dude. You know.
No. But...
So what they're going to be doing is they are going to be reskinning a little bit of Tomorrowland, I think.
Yeah.
For one, Star Tours is going to hang around for quite a while, I'm sure.
And you're going to a new planet.
Well, that reminds me. Part of the reason why there was such a delay in terms of them revealing this, I think, is they were trying to decide if they wanted to hype the old stuff or the new stuff.
Right.
And obviously they decide they need to hype the new stuff.
Right.
So
keep everyone calm.
Because that concept art that we saw, that's not a world that we've ever seen before. I've never seen that before in any Star Wars movie. Nothing like that.
And he said that nobody's ever seen anything like it. It'll be a whole new world for everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think, if I remember correctly, he said something about new characters. So I don't know if that means like new characters that'll actually pop up.
Yeah, characters from Part 7.
But I mean, like, are they going to be? You know how like C-3PO he comes up, like not just in the visual, like he's in there with you.
What do you mean?
Do they mean that like new characters are going to be actually like popping up, like they're totally there in with you, or they're going to be like we're going to see them on the screen, new characters?
We're going to see the characters on the streets in the park. Huh?
That's what he meant?
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about on the ride. Was it?
No.
About the ride?
No. He's talking about meeting characters, old and new.
Oh.
Right? That's even a bigger deal. For me, strangely, I'm not a big meet and greet guy. But, man, do I want to meet some Star Wars characters. And, yeah.
You know what? I got excited when he said that the like Jedi Training Academy was going to get worked on
they're gonna upgrade that as well. Yeah.
I wanted to be like, can we do it? Like,
is there an adult version? Honestly, seriously, they're missing something by not offering that to adults. Why? Come on. I want to beat the crap out of Darth Vader just one time.
I saw a few pictures that people took from that little part in the expo that we walked past where you could dress up and like take your people's photos came out so cool. They look so dope.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, new scenes in Star Tours.
Yep.
To include, they're going to incorporate the sequel, the episode 7 scenes. Hopefully the ones they take out are all prequels, because that actually Star Tours is just loaded with prequels, isn't it?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a there's Tatooine, but the scene is a pod racer scene, so that's a prequel. Kashyyyk is from the prequels. The Boba Fett scene is prequel. It's all prequel. Okay, what else? Star Wars launch bay. Now, here's the thing. This is what's going in the bottom floor of Innoventions, a Star Wars launch bay. Do you have that concept art? Can you look at it?
Yes, I can.
So there's Star Wars launch bay. This is going to be going into the bottom floor of Innoventions, and it's going to be like an exhibit of memorabilia, and you can meet characters, it looks like, and buy merchandise. And you ever seen that, or you ever been to the Discovery Zone in Santa Ana over there by Main Place?
Yes, and I totally went when the Star Wars exhibit was there.
It's going to be like that, I think. Not quite as complete with all, because that was just all memorabilia, which was, by the way, completely amazing. That show is just the best.
I took so many pictures at that, exhibit.
Yeah. Oh my God, I had so much fun at that. The boy went with me, and he was like, I don't get it.
Really?
Like, shut up. Just go get a taco.
Okay, let me just tell you that Christian is kind of like you in the sense of, like, he doesn't need to meet characters and he doesn't need his picture taken with something. I could not get enough pictures of him. Okay, next. Okay, babe, next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, take a picture of me.
Well, that's what I'm seeing at Star Wars launch. By the way, I love this photo that they gave us, this concept art, because in the concept art, front and center, right in the middle of the picture, is a lady getting a selfie with a stormtrooper, and her friend is photobombing her.
Yeah, totally.
That's the world we live in today.
Already what we all do with the stormtroopers when they walk around Tomorrowland, so I know they're going to be used to it.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so exhibits, props. Oh, they're going to demo Battlefront there too.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see a couple playing video games. That's what I see.
I see Chewie in the background. Do you see Chewie in the background?
Oh my God.
See, that's truth. That's truth, right?
Oh my God. And look at how cool. Do you think that they're going to have all of the, like, shrubs? Do you think R2-D2 is going to be, like, moving around like how that old Mr. Push used to move around?
Oh, Push the trash can? Yeah. I don't think so. Probably not. Just because he'd get manhandled.
That's what I was going to say. You think that particular character is just going to be like a statue to come look at?
I think, he'll probably just be standing there fixed.
Yeah, I think so too.
And probably with a rope around him too.
No kidding.
But again, there's truth in this picture though. That dude has got his hand on R2-D2.
I mean, no offense, like, to the Peter Pan story time, but this just looks so much cooler and a much better use of the bottom floor of Innoventions.
Ooh, what if we got Star Wars story time? I want somebody to put me to bed while reading me, like the title scroll at the beginning of the crawl.
And then, like,
I want that. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, instead of like a cannon shooting like cannonballs, there's just like lightsaber noises and like
pew pew.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's something that I saw. I don't know if I could. I don't know if we have any art on that galactic. He mentioned, or it was mentioned, and I think this. Okay.
I'm waiting for you to touch on something that you haven't touched on yet, and I just saw a picture of it that reminded me of it.
Please continue.
Hyperspace Mountain.
I was just about to get to that. Some of what we're talking about, I was just going to mention the Galactic Grill is not going to be a permanent thing. There are some skins that they're going to be doing some overlays to hold us over, right? Until, well, not even for up until the new Star Wars land, but even just for like 6 months, like a Star Wars Weekends type deal, but longer. Galactic Grill was one of them, which it seems that's going to be Tomorrowland Terrace, I think. The Galactic Grill. They're going to reskin Tomorrowland Terrace.
It's got to be, because I think Pizza Port is kind of its own little thing, so I don't think that they're going to touch it.
No, they're not. And plus, Tomorrowland Terrace doesn't really even have an identity anyway.
Exactly. That's
right.
What I
so
mean.
you can make that anything you want.
Pizza Port theme going, and they're they got it all around. But yeah.
Yeah. But that's part of the Season of the Force, which it may not even. Like I said, I don't know what the. He said early 2016 is when we're going to start seeing this stuff, and that's going to be.
At all.
No, we're not far from that at all, and it's probably going to start with the interventions. Hopefully, will be done by then. But like you referenced just now, I'm not sure where I stand on this yet. When I first heard it, it got me really excited. But now that I'm kind of like trying to process it, I'm not sure what to think of it. But Hyperspace Mountain, that seems like a natural piece of awesomeness, right?
Well, did you ever experience the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Well, no, I didn't. But already, I think that would be better than Hyperspace Mountain, to be honest. Now that I've had time to think about it.
Michelle and I thought. Shout out to Michelle. Hey, girl. Michelle and I.
Oh, is it Michelle from D23?
Yeah, my.
Oh, hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Yeah, her and I looked at each other and we're like, oh my God, like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And that was the first thing out of our mouths. And then.
When you saw Hyperspace Mountain?
Yeah, because that's what we knew that's what we could compare it to.
Oh, right. Okay.
Already experienced Space Mountain having something take it over.
Right.
A different song played the whole time that you ride. And there's like, graphics on the wall, kind of like Ghost Galaxy, like. Yeah. So we've already experienced Space Mountain being taken over by something, so that was why we were like, oh my God, like Red Hot Chili Peppers. But my point is, I kind of agree with you. I think that like I might have been more excited at remembering how fun the Red Hot Chili Peppers was. Like, I don't think my excitement was so much about this. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lot of what we experience with Star Wars. We think that anything with Star Wars on it would be good. It's kind of like putting bacon on everything for me, anyway.
Michelle and I were talking about this weekend about Jack Skellington. You can't just throw Jack Skellington on anything and think that it's cool.
I don't need Star Wars cereal, and you know what I mean. And I don't need my bacon on asparagus, and I don't think I need Space Mountain with Hyperspace Mountain.
I don't need like a hair comb with it on it. Like, I'm good, Something you're just.
And because part of that is because I love the see, here it is. I'm already been assimilated. I'm calling everything Star Wars. I like the Space Mountain theme song. I love it. In fact, I think it's perfect for that ride.
I think that you are driving and you play that song. It's an epic adventure on the road.
Let me give you a great example of how we think it'd be cool and it's not. But Ghost Galaxy, like the projections and the ghoul, the space ghoul is cool, but the music, it does not have the same energy. It's just down. It's down. And I don't know if you can. I don't even know if, because the Star Wars theme music does not rise to the pace of a roller coaster. It just doesn't. It's not fast enough.
I have a theory. What if they make it like an epic dance version of like the Star Wars theme song?
That's not Star Wars then, because Star Wars isn't epic dance.
But so that's what I mean. What are
that's just some kind of spacey theme song that you've come up with. That's not a Star Wars. If you want to call it Hyperspace Mountain and actually skin it for Star Wars, it has to be Star Wars music. Star Wars music that we know.
But that like you said.
Otherwise, it's not a Star Wars ride.
But it doesn't get fast enough. It's not exciting.
The music? No, it's not. Well, I mean, look, you can start the ride off that way because the Star Wars theme does kind of build a little bit. It does sort of. There's some momentum to it from the beginning.
But okay, how long is Space Mountain? How long is that ride?
Maybe 2.5 minutes.
Okay, so that's 150 seconds. The beginning of the theme song is not that epic for 150 seconds.
You know what we gotta do? We gotta give ourselves an assignment and find a. Do they play music during the battle sequences? And what kind of music is it? Because that's the only kind of music they'll play. Because I would imagine that if you're flying through space in a Star Wars themed Space Mountain, they're going to have projections and stuff up on the walls that are going to come at you like you're going through hyperspace, or maybe it's going to be, TIE fighters coming at you or something like that, right? So it's got to be some kind of, because it needs that kinetic energy of the action to keep the pace moving. So I wonder, I'll have to go back and watch some battle sequences to find out if that's possible.
Yeah, maybe there's just music we're not thinking of that's more epic.
But in general, I was like, this is really cool. That's just what we need. And then like a day later, I don't know if I want Hyperspace Mountain.
Anything, it's just gonna like we were saying earlier, like it's just gonna keep people calm for the time.
Yeah.
And
give them a little taste.
Right. Distract them.
Okay, so to wrap up Star Wars Land, super excited that I actually am glad that they're not getting rid of Toontown. I think I am, because not so much because I like Toontown, but I just don't want to see. I don't like the any part of Disneyland demoed. That hurts me a little bit.
I agree, and you know what? My heart would have broken for a lot of people that I could already that were like, "You can't touch my Toontown. Leave Roger Rabbit at least." And I'm like, okay.
That's the thing. It's not my Toontown, so I don't care. I mean, I was already grown by the time they made Toontown, so I don't feel like, 93. I was 24 years old. I'm not tripping on Toontown at the least.
I mean, again, I will say that Toontown can deliver some cool photos, but other than that, I'm not interested. Like, honestly, dude, the last time you guys went on Roger Rabbit, I didn't go with you, and I can tell you the last time that I did go on Roger Rabbit.
It's been a while since you've been on that ride with us.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Maybe that's what we should do next time.
I know, right? Yeah, but hopefully, I do want to say that I hope that Disney has been listening to all of the people saying, buy Toontown, like, with not even tripping, because I hope they're hearing what our complaints are about that land, because they are real, and it's not. It needs to be addressed. It really does, because that part of the park it's an afterthought. It's a total afterthought. I mean, both in terms of how you feel about it, and also physically, you have to pass through it's a separate area. You have to. It's not even. You can walk by it and be like, oh shoot, we haven't been to Toontown in like 60 years. It's like you forget it's there.
Not only that, but it's like Critter Country. It's the dead end. Like it
right. It's worse than that, because it's a dead end that you have to go through with the tunnel of sorts to get to.
Yes, that is. That is very
and it's behind the berm and everything. I mean,
Toontown could use like 8 fresh paints of coats of paint and like new food.
A whole mess of trees and food that I can eat.
Yeah, and trees. Yeah, like you said, like because it's so hot on sunny days in Toontown.
Yeah, it's unbearable. But yeah, I want something besides a hot dog and a crappy pizza. But I mean, that's what kids eat, so I guess I get it. But I mean.
Fresh Baked Disney is not going to try the pizza from Toontown.
I know, right? How many? I think whoever that was finally stopped asking me, but he's like, I mean, for a while there, Fresh Baked, there was some guy out there. I can't remember who it was, but I
don't remember either.
Go try the pizza at Toontown. No.
And like he was about it too. Every time you could tell he genuinely wanted us.
He meant it. Yeah. I feel bad for that, but I mean. I don't want that. There are some things that I just don't eat at Disneyland, and that's eggs and pizza. And I have the pizza that I do when we go to Pizza Port, just because, I'm trying to do other things for for the show or whatever. But
right,
which I guess is a good enough reason to go have the pizza at Toontown. So maybe I just talk myself into it for the show.
It's for the people.
Okay, so let's give me your final thoughts on Star Wars Land. Are you psyched?
I'm super stoked. I'm
Yeah.
100% in. I'm ready for it. Yeah. And I didn't think I would be that excited because I don't talk about Star Wars at all. So
Yeah.
I mean, I dig it and I totally love and appreciate and I totally can get hyped with people that are hyped about it. I understand. I get it. I totally do. But with that being said, no, I'm all for it. I'm ready. I'm gonna be stoked when it's getting closer to opening time and yeah.
Can you imagine, Sarah? We've got probably five years, I'm guessing, of updates and photos and video of things that the progress reports.
Well, remember how much fun we would have on the monorail, for all kinds of stuff. We've covered.
Dude, watching them build Cars Land was one of my favorite memories. Leading, when we first started doing the Fresh Baked thing, and before that, even before we started Fresh Baked, was watching the progress of Cars Land.
We've got pictures and footage of it, of a full lagoon to an empty lagoon to a full lagoon again.
It's too bad the monorail doesn't go through there, huh? We can't see anything from the train either.
No. Oh
well, we'll try. Well, I mean, whatever. I don't care. But I would just hopefully somebody's out there with a high-powered camera on top of the Howard Johnson Hotel taking pictures for us.
No kidding.
Okay. Now, that's Star Wars Land. They did say also that Star Wars Land...
Derrickson?
Yes?
I'm thirsty.
I'm sorry?
I'm gonna go get something to drink. Do you think you could, play an ad or something? Place a commercial? Could you?
Yeah, I think we got a commercial or something around here somewhere. Let me cue it up. As I was saying, Sarah, before you interrupted me...
So rude.
How wooed. They are... They said this is how important Star Wars Land is to the Disney company. It had been, well, I don't know if it's been reported directly per se, but there's a general idea that Disneyland is avoiding now in future growth of replicating attractions throughout parks throughout the world. But what I mean to say is there's no more Haunted Mansions coming. Now it's Phantom Manor. Or some other like the Hong Kong or whatever.
The Pirates ride in Shanghai is not Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, it's not. Matter of fact, it's a whole land. That's a whole land. I almost called you Candy. That's a whole land, Sarah. I didn't get that at first when I was there.
I could not explain to you guys the excitement that was just flowing through my body as we were looking at all. I didn't pay attention to you guys a couple different times, and I just kind of slowly snuck away and went back to that wall.
Oh, I remember that. I remember I had to pull you out of there, didn't I?
Yeah, I was just oh my god, look at.
Okay, well, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that in a minute because what they did say is that they're gonna do this. It's the same concept art, I guess, for both. So they're gonna duplicate Star Wars Land at Hollywood Studios. I don't know what is going away at Hollywood Studios, but I hear that Hollywood Studios is as bad or worse than our backlot in terms of, appeal to the masses. So that's probably a good thing. Remember a while back they were talking about making a Cars Land. They were going to try to duplicate Cars Land, but they didn't. You know what they're getting instead? And not Star Wars Land.
I know what they're getting.
What are they getting, Sarah? Tell them what they want.
Toy Story Land!
They're getting a Toy Story Land.
Freaking cool.
It's overdue, really, is what that is.
No, absolutely.
They made a Cars Land and a Bugs Land before Toy Story Land. And if I were Woody and Buzz, I'd be offended.
One of the most popular areas to get your picture taken. Do you know what it was at the expo?
No.
It was the Pizza Planet truck that was in the middle of the store.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool, huh?
Every time we walked past that area, lines just surrounded it. And Sven, that big stuffed Sven with the carriage attached to it.
From Frozen.
Yeah, no line. No,
nobody wanted to see him or the Never Beast.
No, or the Never Beast.
Or Olaf. But yeah, so that's a big deal. They're getting 3 new lands, Sarah.
I think it's weird because you know what? We're all the Disney community. Like we all share the Disney community together. That's how I feel. I think we're all getting it.
I'm not. Are you getting Toy Story Land? Are you getting Avatar Land? Are you getting Pandora?
My heart.
Bastards! I love Disneyland, but I want to walk through an iridescent forest like nobody's business.
Oh my god, the concept art for that ride. Oh my god.
How do we get? We're not going to get it, obviously. We're going to have to go to.
I only saw Avatar once in the theaters, but I liked it. I totally enjoyed the
You
whole
saw
thing.
it just once, really?
Yeah, seriously.
Wow.
I know, I totally suck. But I remember that scene vividly.
Well, the whole movie is that iridescent forest, practically.
Right, and well, yeah, that's what I should say. I remember that area vividly.
Yeah.
Of the world, but that concept art nailed it. So if they get it,
that boat ride.
I have faith in our Imagineers. When do they let us down? Not very often. So
Not yet.
I think they're gonna nail it, and I think that it's gonna be super dope. And I think you and I are gonna talk a lot of crap because we're not ever gonna go there. So
Yeah, we will. We will.
yeah,
We will.
will.
I just want to sidetrack a little bit. Mike and I were having a conversation about Pandora, whatever they call it. I forget what they're calling it. It's Pandora something.
Yeah.
And he was like, "That boat ride looks stupid." What are you talking about? That boat ride through the forest looks amazing.
No, you can't like anti-Valentine's Day that ride just because.
Right. I mean,
Kind of
what are you?
Romantic the way that they were describing. They kind of like gave, which is fine. That's cool. But like, I'm still gonna go on it by myself and have a great time and not worry about that.
You know what? I'd be. If they made every ride a boat ride through some environment in the Disney world, I would be like, "Yep, I'm all for it."
No problem with that. No,
I'm good. Let's do that.
No.
Put a dip here or there, whatever. Mix it up a little bit. But yeah, you can give me a boat ride all day.
Let me just tell you that we were on Pirates on Sunday, and the little boy that was in front just kept turning around and was like, "I love this ride. Oh, this is my favorite part coming up." And we were all cracking up because all three of us were like, "Me too, buddy. Like, I love this ride too."
Something else that they mentioned at the expo, or at that the Holly presentation panel parks thing, was that they are busy working on the Frozen ride at Epcot in the Norway Pavilion.
Oh, David asked me to reenact the reaction.
Do you know? Guess what's coming? They're going to get a Star Wars land. It's amazing. Oh, check it out. Look at Pandora from Avatar.
Oh my god.
You think that's cool? What about Toy Story Land?
Oh no. Yeah.
And we're almost done with the Frozen attraction in the Norway Pavilion at Epcot. It's almost done. It's going to be cool. You can meet Anna and Elsa afterward.
Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. Excuse me. Excuse me.
I swear, that guy almost walked off the stage.
He
did.
He genuinely laughed at all of us. I don't know if you
did. Well, not the first time. He made a second announcement about something else that was happening at another park. They were putting something Frozen in one of the Asian parks, I think. And he's like, "You guys just can't get enough."
Yeah. Genuinely laughed at us like, "Oh my god, you guys are so over it, huh?" Basically what his reaction was.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, dude. There were audible groans and or just silence when they started.
Think about how many people were in that room, and none of us were really
8,000.
Okay, none of us were really impressed, right?
Right.
Now have to factor in the fact that we are obsolete because Frozen is still has all the support, and it's still need money from somebody.
Yeah.
Like, so with all of those people in that room, and none of us were impressed, and still that many people were like,
you know what Frozen is like? It's kind of like Justin Bieber. Nobody will admit to liking it, but he's a billionaire somehow.
somehow he can't.
Somebody is buying his records. Who?
Somebody watched.
Who's not tell? Who's got him in his playlist right now? Raise your hand.
Exactly.
People like Frozen, but I don't know. Maybe it is overexposure. But hey, the good news is that we only have 2 more sequels to go.
Honestly, dude, I still rep Frozen. I don't care. Let the people.
Yeah.
I still rep it. I don't care.
Absolutely. I Frozen's a great movie, and I all kidding aside, you can't argue with what happened when they sort of took over the backlot, even though it didn't look good. It looked better than the old backlot, but I mean, they sold out the Muppet Vision Theater on a regular basis.
Almost every time, every day. Yeah.
We waited in the heat. We waited in the heat for more than an hour twice to either just to meet Olaf or to get into Olaf's Snowfest.
I stood in the heat for 2.5 hours to meet Anna and Elsa.
To meet Anna and Elsa, that's right, you did. So, for all you cricket chirpers out there, you're still gonna go to this and you're still gonna like it. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. So that's the little short update on what's happening at Disney World. I want to talk. We got a few minutes, right? Yeah, we got a good 10 minutes here. Let's talk a little bit about Shanghai.
Let's talk about it.
I'm sad a little bit. She's vanished. Fresh Bake, she's gone. Let's talk about Sarah for a minute while she's not here. I am so over. Oh, hi, gorgeous. What's happening, huh? Sorry. Yeah, it's. I love Disneyland. Don't ever take anything away from Disneyland, but boy, does that look cool over there at Shanghai with the Pirates Cove and the Gardens of Imagination and a Tron ride and the adventure. What do they call it? Cove or I can't remember what they called it. It's a whole freaking land that looks like Indiana Jones land almost.
When I could tell how long we had been in there, like typically when I think that you have spent too much time, that I feel like, okay, I need to remind him, like, come on, we got to keep doing stuff.
Yeah.
But being in Shanghai, I was like, I know we've been
and that's just concept art that we were saying.
I know we've been in here for a long time, and I feel like we've already touched on everything that's in this little room, but I'm still fine with being in here because it's so freaking cool, and all the artwork is just amazing, and yeah.
They nailed that Tron ride, I think. As long as it's... Wait, didn't they say it was going to be the fastest ride on a Disney property?
Yeah, that's what they said.
The guy did say that, right? Yeah, that Tron ride looked pretty great, and I'm glad that they figured out the bike thing, because I was worried about that, because you can't send 1 or 2 bikes, you have to send 8 bikes out there.
Right.
And it's going to be 2 sets of 4-seaters, it looks like. Riding side by side together, but pretty fast. It looks like it's going pretty fast. The only thing that it's weird how they enclosed it, but it's not all the way enclosed. I mean, it looked like it was like a sleeve or something.
Reminded me of that. I don't know like what the area or what the city was called, but in the Guardians of the Galaxy, when they're kind of like before everybody meets one another. And the first where they all meet and get caught, right, where they're all meeting up, and like,
I forget what they call that planet too,
but that kind of reminded me of that area, like very futuristic, obviously, but just there was like I don't know what the word is, but everything seemed to flow open and closed, even though like some of it had awnings, some of it was enclosed, some of it wasn't, but it all still seemed to just flow well, and that's what it looks like this Tron.
They got some interesting architectural ideas over there. And we saw this actually. The Tron building reminded me for some reason of the bird's nest that we saw at the Olympics they did in Beijing. It's kind of like this form of architecture that's wavy and natural looking. And not just 90-degree angles, and it was
there's no rigid, there's no angles, sharp corners, there's nothing like that.
It was a strange concept for that, but it gives it that sort of tubular, look and feel like you're going to be, there's movement in there. You can see it because the one thing that I didn't, I guess you have to do it because Tron has to be an indoor ride, but I didn't want them to just put a square down there and send you inside the box and have you ride around on a bike on a box. So it's fascinating how they solved that little problem. And again, my hat's off to Imagineers because that was
good. I don't know why. I guess it's just what society and movies have shown me. But when I think about my futuristic lands and stuff like that, I want them to look just like that. Like you were saying, fluid, rounded, neon, glowing, stuff like that.
It just the building just said it had a movement to it itself, even though it's obviously a static piece of structure, but it looked really neat like that.
I don't know if you caught any of it on video because I wasn't with you when you were in this area, but did you see the pictures for the crystal grotto that they're gonna have? All those fountains.
Oh yeah, for the castle, right?
Yeah, I think that looks really cool.
They had that separate. They were showing that separate from the model that they had of the castle that was more in the center stage of the area. And I didn't know that they were together. Like that crystal grotto was part of the castle, actually.
Right. So,
but what the guy was telling me, did you hear this? That there's going to be sort of a constant World of Color type light show happening while you ride around that grotto.
That's so cool. That is so
I don't even know to what. Yeah, there could be any scale to that whatsoever. It sounds awesome, even if it's just a little bit. That sounds awesome.
Pictures that they showed that I got, like the Beauty and the Beast area, looks amazing.
Yeah, every princess is going to be represented in that castle.
Yeah, the Aladdin,
to meet them all.
Him being the water's shooting him up on the carpet, and then he's got the in his hand, and there's water shooting out of the lamp. It looks like Genie might have his own place, it just looks like a bigger picture of the Aladdin area. And then there's a Mulan area and a Tangled area. Dude, it looks so cool to me. I think that's so pretty. I like water.
A castle that you can shop in, a castle that you can dine in.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's an attraction. That's not a castle, that's a land.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That's its own thing.
I really enjoyed the Gardens of Imagination and how they used the castle as the back end of it and acted like a hub, to the rest of the land. It's just that's the part that they're so fortunate to have all that space available to them, where they can just kind of, stretch their wings a little bit and let their creativity go wherever they want it to instead of being, constrained.
Well, not only that, but sometimes I don't know. It really bugs me the amount of people on this earth, and sometimes I feel like it gets so crowded at Disneyland it's hard to enjoy certain parts. And if we had room to stretch our arms, I feel like that would help a lot. That would just...
But now that you mention that, I think that's part of the charm of Disneyland.
I agree, not a lot.
And they did stretch their wings a little bit at Disney World, and I think they've actually suffered for it. Now that I think about it, I think Disney World
need a lot of space. Sometimes my bubble is popped all day long, and it's like,
and that's not a Disney problem. That's a people problem.
That's true. Maybe they need to start giving you training lessons as you enter Disneyland, and they're like, please give people appropriate space.
No, what somebody needs to come up with is an actual bubble that you can,
I agree.
Right? Somebody needs to come up with that.
I will totally.
You get an electric shock when you are within a foot of my person.
I'll deploy my way through Disneyland.
Oh my God, that would probably reduce a lot of personal injury too. So Shanghai Disney. Okay, what about this thing? This croc dinosaur beast in the Jungle Cruise on steroids meets Indiana Jones meets the Grizzly River Rapid. That's impressive, dude. That thing is like twice the size of the raft. I saw that and I was like, that can't be. Are you serious? That's going to be in the ride. I can go through that.
I think it's going to get people. I think there's going to be people that have that I'm not afraid of anything, and it'll totally get them.
You think it'll be better than the snake in Indiana Jones? That's a trick question, really. Actually.
Yeah, I can't really answer that.
Well, I mean, it looks like it absolutely would be better to me, but that's just my opinion, I guess. Yeah, and then okay, what was the name of that pirates thing? I want to find some art on pirates.
I think it was something of the sunken treasure, I want to say.
Battle of the Sunken Treasure.
Yep.
So when I first walked in there, I said, "Oh, look, they've got a pirates ride." You guys are like, "Yeah, it's right there, pirates ride. It's very cool." No, it's not a pirates ride. It's a pirates land. That looks to me like about the size of Bugs Land, at least.
All I know is that Mr. Gibbs gets his own restaurant, and I think that's awesome.
Shut up. Does he really?
Yes, I think that is so awesome.
This reminds me quite a bit of Rivers of America in the sense that it looks like you get to walk around that pirate ship, on the edge of the property, and then there's like a Tom Sawyer like island. Do you think you get to walk on that island?
I think so. Okay, honestly, dude, you need to find the podcast where I already asked for this because I asked for this
I don't remember that.
Time ago. I did. I asked for I want the Isle of Tortuga. I want to walk around and feel like I am in the freaking movie. And I think that they're gonna do that with this.
Well, this is as close as you're gonna get. I don't see a Tortuga necessarily, but
yeah, just the whole environment in general.
I want to walk on that island, but I don't think you can. I see nothing but rocks. But who knows? But this looks really, really great. And again, I love the fact that the environment is so complete, and they could have easily cut 100 corners in this design, and they didn't. I don't think.
Nope, not at all.
And it looks like two big. I don't know what that other attraction is, but there's the one on the right that looks like a Pirates of the Caribbean type attraction. And by the way, did you see that the concept art with the guy who showed us the 3 seconds of the animatic? Yep. There's concept art for that, and you can see Barbossa and Johnny Depp and the Kraken.
Yep.
And you're gonna get your boat is gonna go right between them.
Yep. I was telling Mom that I feel like it's gonna be more tight. You're gonna feel a lot more involved than our pirates, because technically go through a ship and a wall, a battle wall, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, with this you're gonna be floating between two boats, and the boats are gonna be battling. And I think.
And there's gonna be all kinds of stuff happening instead of just the shouting, because really what you get now at our pirates is two guys shouting at each other and air cannons.
Well, I don't even think that half the people realize that's really Barbossa up there once they refurbished the ride. They kind of changed that particular pirate, and then they had him come in and record for that part. So that's Barbossa's voice, and he's Jack Sparrow. But I don't even think half the people on that ride realize that. I think it's another one of the regular pirates.
Well, this again is just one more reason to be jelly of Shanghai. And that's the place I want to go more than any other. Okay, so there you go. That's we got Star Wars Land, we got Disney World stuff, we got Shanghai. Sarah, did you have any other takeaways from your experiences at D23?
I just had a lot of fun, dude. Honestly,
I wish we could have been there for another day.
I agree. I wish I could have gone back the next day. Technically, I had a ton of fun with the day at Disneyland that I had the next day, but I'm still kind of living off this weekend. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I got to meet Adam the Woo. You've met him before, but I've never met him.
I never met Adam.
Oh, really? I thought you guys had met before.
We had tweeted a couple times, but nothing much. But I mean, no, I've never met him at the park. He goes during the day.
Right.
During the week in the morning. So
that was really cool to meet him. I'm glad we finally got to schmooze and stuff, and he's super cool. That was fun.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
I had a lot of fun at D23. I absolutely am one of those oh, okay, now I want to go back for sure. Every time it's around, I'm gonna want to go back.
Oh, before I forget, I want to show. I want to if this. I think I'm going to be cutting out the video, but I'm going to turn the video on for this portion. We're Robert, who was with us at D23 and who made all this possible, he went to the interactive panel on Sunday, Disney Interactive, which is the gaming stuff.
Oh, okay.
And there was a giveaway.
Ooh.
At and the giveaway was a Disney Infinity 3.0 character that the game hasn't come out yet. And as far as I understand it, this character is not going to be sold in stores.
Oh my! You got it?
He gave it to me. Yeah.
Oh my!
He got it for going, and it's classic Mickey. It's not a sorcerer Mickey or any like. There's no, he doesn't have a skin. It's just classic Mickey. And it's for 3.0.
Oh.
And he said that these are already going for $250 on eBay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's cool, huh?
I totally believe it, because when I came home from Club 33, I Googled how much people sell napkins on eBay, and I wanted to vomit. I was like, oh my God, you guys are insane.
Wait, selling what on eBay?
Club 33 napkins, just the cloth napkins that were at our table.
Yeah, I thought you said napkins. I'm like,
yeah, napkins.
Wow, napkins, huh?
Like, David, over $100.
Wow, for Club 33 napkin.
Yep.
Well, I would rather have my classic Mickey Disney 3.0 Infinity character. He said, I forget what he said. He was talking about, if you take it out of the box and you do whatever. I'm like, Robert, this is never coming out of the box. What the hell are you talking about? I said, this is going directly onto my bookcase or on my bookshelf and is never leaving.
Come out of the box. And I always get mad when I can't, for that reason. I'll be like, but
yeah.
I want to open it. But even I understand.
No, I don't. Well, that's the thing, is I had always wanted, you can't find basically really anywhere, even for 1.0 or 2.0, you can't find classic Mickey characters. It's always got some kind of, if there are any at all, he's always got like a skin on him. I've never seen a classic Mickey, just Mickey. Yeah, and I guess I wish I had time to go on Sunday and maybe see another exhibit, or I wanted to see the Pandora exhibit.
Yeah.
And there was the Walt Disney Archives that also had the 2-hour line. It was much more fun and less stressful. I was really stressed out going in about, as I always am, about whether or not I'm going to capture the show, the essence. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Is the camera going to be in the right spot? And, are we going to have fun? Are we going to be able to have the same, energy at a conference that we do at the park? And virtual high five, because I think we did it. I think we did.
Is because we had to split up more quickly than we had meant to when we split up for to see the show. I really meant to ask you for a camera, and I should have asked you for a camera.
Oh yeah,
because so many people on Instagram, when I uploaded videos of Sabrina Carpenter singing, they were stoked and they were like, I can't wait to see it, and I'm like,
suckers. Okay, well, I think that's gonna wrap it for this episode of Fresh Talk. What do you think?
I think so.
All right.
Hey,
what?
Has a Periscope account now?
Yes, we're on Periscope now. Finally, we don't have to hijack Mike's Zero Moz. You can go to Fresh Baked Disney. That's fresh with no E, to watch us on Periscope. It'll still be Mike, I think, manning the camera, but but that's where you can find us now. So we'll make it easier, because we haven't been tweeting as much as we usually do, but hopefully the Periscoping will make up for that. It's hard for me personally to tweet and film and all that other stuff. So hopefully this will make up, like I said. So follow us on Periscope, Fresh Baked Disney. That's fresh with no E. And the website is it's now, kind of like a 2.0, where the website's back up, where you can go find our videos in a little more organized fashion. Yep. And we're going to be working on ramping that up soon. But I do invite you guys, if you are ever looking for anything, like a type of video or something like that, you might have a better shot because of the acoustics and the podcasts, and some of the special features are all going to be sort of more organized. They're easier to find. And then what else? I don't know. I don't have anything else. Sarah, what about you?
Instagram, as always, because we're always on there. So if you are
we have an Instagram account?
if you're looking to follow us in the parks and you want to keep up with us, then you need to follow us on Instagram because that's the way of
What is the location of that Instagram account?
Oh, that is Fresh Baked Disney.
That also is on Fresh Baked Disney?
That is correct.
Well, awesome. We are all over the internet.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much.
All right, gang. We're going to go now. I guess this is kind of an awkward close. Do you want to just stare at each other quietly and...
Wait till it gets super awkward. Putting down. But, Fresh Baked.
Fresh Baked indeed. Bye, guys.